Welcome back, everyone. And today, we're witnessing the rise of the most dangerous villain Marvel has ever created, Doctor Doom. From a goofy 1960s cartoon to a ruler powerful enough to dominate an entire multiverse. And here's the twist nobody expected. The man who once saved the Marvel Universe might return as the villain who destroys it. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU. Not as Iron Man, but as Doctor Doom. If that really happens in Avengers, Doomsday, then Victor Von Doom's 60-year journey across movies and television has finally reached its most terrifying form, God Emperor Doom. But here's the part most people forget. Doom didn't start as the unstoppable tyrant we know today. His evolution through Marvel history is wild, moving from campy cartoon villain to political ruler, to a cosmic threat capable of stealing the power of gods. So today we're breaking down every major version of Doctor Doom from 1967 all the way to 2026. And trust me, some of these versions are stranger than you think. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed and have the bell turned on, because if you enjoy Marvel deep dives like this, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Now let's start where it all began. Back in 1967, Doctor Doom made his first major animated appearance in the Fantastic Four cartoon, produced by Hanna-Barbera. And this version is very different from the Dark Doom comic fans know today. This Doom is pure, Saturday morning cartoon villain energy. He constantly announces his genius with dramatic speeches, builds bizarre, world-ending machines, and sends strange robotic monsters after the Fantastic Four. One episode even has him threatening the world with a substance called liquid titanium steel. Ridiculous? Absolutely. But something extremely important was created here. The iconic look of Doctor Doom. Green cloak, metal mask, cold metallic armor. Even in this campy version, Doom carried himself like a king, a man completely convinced he was smarter than everyone else on Earth. And that arrogance would define the character forever. But then things got strange. In 1978, the Fantastic Four returned to television with the new Fantastic Four. Except one member of the team was missing. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, was gone, replaced by a small flying robot called Herbie. Yeah, Marvel cartoons in the 70s were weird, but even with that change, one thing stayed constant. Doctor Doom remained the ultimate threat. This version of Doom started showing something new: strategy. Instead of just building robots and weapons, Doom began manipulating history itself. In one storyline, he sends the Fantastic Four back in time to retrieve Blackbeard's treasure. Why? So he could secretly fund his growing empire of Doombots. That moment revealed something crucial about Victor Von Doom. He doesn't just fight heroes, he outplays them. Fast forward to 1994, and we enter what many fans consider the golden age of Marvel animation. This is where Doctor Doom truly started feeling dangerous. In Spider-Man, the animated series, Doom appears during the legendary Secret Wars storyline. And suddenly he's no longer just a Fantastic Four villain. He's a global superpower. Voiced by Tom Kane, this Doom commands armies, manipulates other villains, and even tricks one of the most powerful cosmic beings in Marvel history, the Beyonder. For a brief moment, Doom actually steals the Beyonder's power and becomes nearly unstoppable. And for an entire generation of viewers, one truth became clear. You don't defeat Doctor Doom, you survive him. But that same year gave us something even more important: the Fantastic Four animated series of 1994. This show finally explored the tragic origin of Victor Von Doom. Before he was a tyrant, Victor was a brilliant student studying science and sorcery. His goal? To rescue his mother's soul from hell. But during a dangerous experiment, his calculations were slightly wrong. The machine exploded. His face was scarred, and Victor blamed one person for the disaster: Reed Richards. From that moment forward, Doom's hatred for Reed became one of the most legendary rivalries in comic history. Then came the moment fans never forget: Victor forging the Iron Mask, a symbol of his pride, a symbol of his pain, and the birth of Doctor Doom. But 1994 had one more strange chapter, a movie that technically never released: the infamous Fantastic Four Lost film. Produced by Roger Corman with almost no budget, the movie was created mainly to keep the film rights from expiring. It was quietly shelved before theaters ever saw it. But years later, bootleg copies spread across the internet. And surprisingly, fans loved one thing about it: Joseph Culp's portrayal of Doctor Doom. He played Victor with intense emotion, almost like a Shakespearean villain. You could feel the tragedy behind the mask, and even today, it remains one of the most fascinating what-if moments in Marvel film history. But then, the 2000s arrived, and Doom's personality took a completely unexpected turn. In 2005, the stop-motion comedy Robot Chicken turned Doctor Doom into pure satire. This version constantly bragged about his own brilliance, only to be humiliated by malfunctioning Doombots or ridiculous situations. It proved something funny but true. Doom's massive ego makes him perfect for parody. But in that same year, Marvel finally brought Doctor Doom to the big screen. Fantastic Four, 2005. Julian McMahon's version made a huge change to the character. Instead of ruling a European nation called Latveria, Victor Von Doom became a corporate billionaire CEO, a ruthless tech mogul competing directly with Reed Richards. After being exposed to cosmic radiation, his body begins transforming into organic metal, giving him electrical powers and incredible durability. It wasn't the comic-accurate Doom fans expected, but it gave the character a modern twist, turning him into a powerful corporate tyrant. Then came the sequel. In 2007's Rise of the Silver Surfer, Doom returns with an even bigger ambition. He wants the power cosmic itself, and in one unforgettable moment, he actually steals the Silver Surfer's board and flies through the sky wielding cosmic energy. That moment perfectly captured Doom's core obsession. No matter how powerful he becomes, Victor Von Doom always wants more power. And here's where things get really interesting. In 2010, Marvel quietly delivered what many fans believe is the perfect version of Doctor Doom. In the animated series Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, this Doom didn't scream. He didn't panic. He simply sat on his throne in Latveria, calmly controlling the situation. The Avengers couldn't attack him because of international law and diplomatic immunity, and when they finally confronted him, Doom proved something terrifying. He wasn't just a scientist, he was a master of both technology and magic. He could shut down Iron Man's armor, while simultaneously using sorcery to counter mystical attacks. This wasn't just a villain, this was a king, a ruler who genuinely believed he was destined to save the world by conquering it. At the same time though, Marvel gave us the opposite version. In the Superhero Squad show, Doom became a tiny, exaggerated cartoon villain searching for powerful artifacts called infinity fractals. He screamed, he ranted, he argued with his own henchmen, and yet somehow, he was still the leader of the villains. Because no matter how silly the universe becomes, Victor Von Doom always ends up in charge. Between 2012 and 2013, Doom appeared again in Disney XD shows like Ultimate Spider-Man and Avengers Assemble. These versions leaned heavily into Doom's unique combination of abilities. He wasn't just a genius inventor. He was a techno-sorcerer, the rare character who mastered both advanced science and ancient magic. That combination makes Doom almost impossible to defeat, because if technology fails, he has magic, and if magic fails, he builds something stronger. But then came the most controversial version of all, the 2015 Fantastic Four reboot. Here, Victor, played by Toby Kebbell, is reimagined as a dark, antisocial programmer. After traveling to another dimension called Planet Zero, he becomes fused with his protective suit. The result is terrifying. This Doom barely speaks. He casually crushes soldiers with telekinesis and explodes heads with a thought. His goal? Destroy Earth and reshape reality for his new world. It was a radical departure from the classic Monarch version of the character, but it showed just how horrifying Doom could become when stripped of his royal identity. But now we arrive at the future, the MCU era. In 2025, Fantastic Four First Steps introduces Marvel's new version of the team in a retro-futuristic 1960s setting. The story focuses mainly on Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. But many fans believe something important is happening behind the scenes. Doom is coming, because this film is only the first step towards something much bigger. And that leads us to the moment Marvel fans are waiting for. 2026, Avengers, Doomsday. The rumor that shook the entire Marvel fandom. Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU, but not as Tony Stark, as Doctor Doom. If Marvel truly goes in this direction, it could set up the most powerful version of the character ever seen on screen. God Emperor Doom, a ruler powerful enough to dominate an entire collapsing multiverse. A villain so unstoppable that heroes and villains alike are forced to kneel before him. From a campy cartoon villain in 1967 to a multiversal god in 2026, Victor Von Doom's rise might be the greatest villain evolution Marvel has ever created. And the real question is Doctor Doom about to become the ultimate MCU villain? What do you think? Which Doctor Doom version is your favorite? And if Doom really faces the Avengers in the MCU, who could possibly stop him? Let me know in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed with the bell on, because in the next video we're diving into something even bigger.